How long have you been working for Echelon?
I've been working with Echelon for about 1.5 years.
What got you interested in working in security?
Honestly, I started off in loss prevention. Didn't really have a major interest. I just at the time needed a job, but slowly, coming across a lot of people, like I was like, you know what, this is not too bad. But then after that, I've always had like a sense of wanting to be somebody's help. You know what I mean? Being able to be somebody's like
the hero.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I'm for the people, and so I got hired with this other security company, and sorry, got a dispatch call.
No, go ahead.
Oh, somebody else handled it. Cool. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, after that, I went on with like property security, and noticing that knowing the amount of protection the city needs nowadays, or clients or anything like that, I was like, okay, and slowly I started learning how to interact with people, because last company we didn't get training like that, so it all was within just experiences. I've had bad experiences, but I've had good experiences as well, and slowly I started realizing, you know what, like sorry, I got off track for a second.
No, you're fine.
All these dispatches. Let me lower my radio a little bit. I did mall security, and then from there I started noticing that there's security companies like Echelon, where it's just more than protecting a building, but mostly like protecting clients, protecting customers, and I was into that highly. But aside of that, when I found out that Echelon does outreach, it just changed my mind. Like, it changed my idea even more on what security can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell me about a time where something happened and you were frightened, or you were nervous about the situation.
Yes. This was about maybe like 6 months ago or so, probably a little bit more. It was early in the morning. I got called to a specific location out here in the West End, and it was about a very large group that was refusing to leave the corner store entrance. So they were blocking the way for the customers and the client. What's it called? I showed up, and same thing. I tried to show respect off from the beginning and introducing myself. And as I'm introducing myself, an individual didn't agree or didn't like the fact that I was there to ask them to leave eventually, and became very erratic, which is nothing new. However, he kept coming at me, and I had to continue to remember that I need to keep a composure. I got to make sure I am good and level-headed, I'd say. So he wasn't such a happy person, and one thing led to the other. He began charging at me, and I pulled out my OC spray to be able to defend myself, and he ended up having me at bear mace point, which at that point I had that split decision to either act or try to work with this guy, try to de-escalate the situation. And I attempted speaking with him, even though he was at a really high anger level. And it was just the understanding that if I didn't keep this composure and let him know that I wasn't a threat to him, he could have deployed that bear mace and eventually might have disarmed me. And it was just keeping in mind that you got to stay calm and think of what your next move is going to be.
So what makes you do this instead of being a police officer?
As funny as it sounds, you're not as hated.
You're not as hated?
Yeah,
okay,
right now
fair.
with the type of events that are going on in the world, I don't know. I mean,
That's a valid answer. I mean, you don't...
I'm not as targeted in the sense, yes, we have a uniform, yes. A lot of people do mix as us police officers at times, but, you know, we remind them that we're mainly here for their protection and also, you know, protection of the building, customers, all of that good stuff. Yeah.
I think a lot of times when people say that, they feel like they need to qualify it, you know,
Yeah.
and you don't have to. Like, if that's not a career path that you want to take, like, that's literally all you have to say about it. Like,
Absolutely.
there's no negativity around it. So if someone wanted to work for Echelon, like, what would you say is the most important thing for them to remember?
Always be respectful, keep a kind heart, be understanding. You know, not everybody is in the same position in life, so being understanding definitely will help out being out there in the streets and all that.
I like that. Perfect.
Yes, sir.